Virginia, and thank you for coming along to our second hot seat event to promote the launch of Baptism of Fire. It's slightly different this time. You're going to be answering as your character. So I've chosen that we're going to start with Alastair first of all, who we do kind of believe is the main character, or the lead character at any rate. You should be answering in the first person, but you can, you don't have to put on any voices or accents to become Alastair. So you can use your voice for answering the first person where possible. Right, you have 8 questions and 4 minutes, so it's much more relaxed than yesterday, or the first one where she was herself. You're from Scotland originally, Alastair. How did you become a priest in the Church of England?
I trained in Durham, so I did most of my university time in Durham and trained there, and then was posted to the village where I am now.
Okay. And your wife is called Dawn. How did you meet?
We met at a social event that was being organised by some of my friends, not clergymen, but we had a lot in common and really kind of hit it off, and the rest, as they say, is history.
What is your lucky number and why?
I don't have a lucky number. I quite like the number 4. But I wouldn't say it's a lucky number. It seems to be something that crops up quite often in my life, the number 4.
Okay. Before meeting Kevin, had you ever come across someone who claimed to be cursed?
No. That was quite new to me, and I'm not sure that I really believe in all of that sort of thing, and I think a lot of what people believe are curses are very often caused by tangible things rather than supernatural.
Okay, prior to the events which are important to Baptism of Fire, no spoilers please, were you ever tempted to ask for a transfer to somewhere else?
Tempted? That's maybe a bit strong. I had thought about it, but every time I thought about it, something would happen in the village and I would realise that actually I fit in there. I really feel like I do belong there. Although, yes, there have been times when I've wanted to just break away from all the things that I knew. In the end, when I actually stop and think about it, no, I think that village is for me.
Okay. Before the start of the story in Baptism of Fire, you had your long stays with Kevin. What was the most memorable moment from them?
I think probably when we took a walk out around the edge of the village, and it was really nice to just see the things that he pointed out and to see them from his point of view, because they've kind of become everyday normal things for me, so I like to try and get out as much as possible. So being able to see the village through a new set of eyes and see the exciting things that he saw, that was really nice, really special.
What is your favourite film?
I really like comedy films. I like comedy films, but I like them to have a meaning and a message. I used to quite like watching Sister Act with Dawn, so we would sometimes sit down together, and that was kind of our go-to film. She loved it, I loved it.
Okay, right. Virginia, you are one off again.
This is a theme.
I know, it's a terrible theme. you've done really well though, so we're going to ask this final question as a bonus, same as last time, and then see if you can just time it even more perfectly when we come to do the other two characters. So, Alastair, bonus question. What is your idea of a perfect night in?
Oh goodness, I'm going to sound like an old man here, but you know, anything that ends with an early night is a perfect night in. So I think probably just sitting down by the open fire, reading a book, and then just falling asleep in the armchair. That would be a perfect night in.
Okay, right. Thank you, Virginia. That has been very fun. It's been very exciting for me as one of your beta readers to hear all of these things about Alastair. I wonder if you could tell your viewers, is this something, do you always think up that kind of backstory? Were any of the questions here something you'd thought about before?
Well, I knew, I had a feeling that the question about how he got into the church was going to come up. So I had kind of thought about that.
Yeah, so I wondered, was he Church of Scotland then?
No.
He was always in the Anglican Communion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yes, it was a sort of a logical journey through. So when you, well, you have read the book, but you know, readers, when you read the book, there are little hints in there, but nothing exactly obvious. That, you know, this was kind of a path from a long time ago.
Okay, fabulous. And also, just final point, you're very good at like using the voice of your, well, like I said, we didn't have to use the physical voice, but using the words of your characters. Can you tell me a bit why that is the case?
Sometimes I actually do say these lines out loud when I'm writing them. So I tend to really get into writing characters because I think that makes them more 3D. So sometimes I will be sitting there at my desk talking away to myself and having a conversation as though I'm like 2-3 different characters. I also have a mirror there so that I can pull faces like I imagine they will be doing, and then I can kind of think, yes, this is what someone looks like when they're sad, when they're happy, whatever.
That sounds like a very good idea. Now, you aren't allowed to elaborate on this at all.
Okay.
Final question. Is there any particular voice that you would like to hear saying those words of Alastair's in your head? Anyone's voice in particular?
Yeah.
Who?
I think probably Brian Cox.
Okay. Which one?
The actor.
Okay, thank you very much, Virginia. It's been a pleasure to do this. And next time you'll be Kevin or Jilly?
Let's go for Jilly.
You'll be Jilly. Okay, Ginny will be Jilly. See you then.